This is the most successful campaign in Kickstarter history, and scalpers are mad about it. So the Cyberpunk TCG launched about a week ago on Kickstarter by Weirdco and CD Projekt Red. That's the company that made Cyberpunk 2077. They also made The Witcher, and there's also the Cyberpunk Edgerunners anime, if you haven't seen that. So there was already a lot of excitement around the IP, so it's not that surprising that it was successful, but it hit heights that were unprecedented. It was doing so well in the first 3 days that the tracker for how much money they had made, how much money had been pledged, did not stop moving. They had an initial goal of $100,000 to fund the Kickstarter, and it reached that goal in like minutes. I want to say like 5 minutes, and within 72 hours they had gotten to like 10 million. What makes this Kickstarter a little bit different from other campaigns is that I don't think was ever truly any fear of it failing. They didn't create the Kickstarter because they needed that backing. Obviously, they already have that backing from CD Projekt Red, which is not a small company. The reason they did it was actually to address scarcity issues, which if you play card games, you probably know a lot about. And there's a few reasons why there's so much scarcity in card games right now. One of the biggest reasons that you're probably going to hear people talking about a lot and have heard is scalpers. And that is an issue. There are scalpers that are buying Pokemon products, for example, at Target, just putting everything in their cart and then flipping it, selling it for 3 times the price. That's happening also in One Piece. It's happening, I think, a little bit in Riftbound and probably other card games that I'm not aware of right now. And another issue, a more simpler one that's affecting scarcity for card games, is just that a lot of people are interested in them right now. There's a lot of people playing card games. They're fun. People have been saying we're kind of in like a TCG renaissance almost, where there's just so many people that are interested. And I think that probably has a bigger impact on scarcity even than scalpers. That's just from my opinion. I just think there's a lot of people that want to have fun with card games, and they're fun. So months before Cyberpunk TCG was even launched, when CD Projekt Red and Weirdco were kind of working out what they wanted to do with it, they decided to go the route of launching it on Kickstarter to address that. And the way it addresses that is by having this print on demand function by launching on Kickstarter. So when I say print on demand, what I mean is they launch on Kickstarter, they let people pledge and buy into their campaign just to get an idea of how many people actually want to play their game, how many people want to buy the cards, how many people want to collect it. And based on the demand they get from Kickstarter, that's how much they print. They talked about this back in February. So February 5th of this year, they uploaded an update to their campaign. This was like their pre-launch campaign before it even released, where they talk about fighting TCG scarcity and how they're really committed to being for players in local game stores. So in addition to being print on demand, they also have these deep relationships with local game stores, and they want to support them and give them enough allocation, because that was another reason we're seeing a lot of scarcity in the TCG space. If you ever have gone into your local game store to try to pick up Pokemon product, to try to pick up One Piece or Riftbound, you hear this a lot. Game stores say, well, we just didn't get the allocation from Pokemon. We just didn't have enough to go around. They'll get 30 boxes of product and there's 150 people that want it. So Weirdco, who is the publisher of Cyberpunk TCG, working with CDPR, is really working hard to make sure everybody gets what they want, but also walking that balance of not overprinting and not flooding the market, so that people who want to just collect the game, or people who are interested in investing, which maybe is a legitimate thing for card games. I'm on the fence about it. I don't know how I feel about it. Mostly negative, but sure, whatever. Making sure those people are happy about it, so that there's not so many cards that it just undervalues all of them. And having valuable cards is healthy for a card game as well. It kind of keeps it hype. It keeps it relevant. Collectors want to see pretty cards, like there's something to be said about that FOMO aspect of like, I want to get this card and I can't. So it is a very delicate balance, and I think they're trying to go about it the right way. So instead of saying everybody loves Cyberpunk, we're going to print a ton to make sure everybody gets it, they started the Kickstarter. So they know how many people are going to want it, at least in set 1, and they can use that as a projection for how much to print when it's no longer a Kickstarter, when the game is in full release, or even throughout set 1 when they do reprints of things. So when you see this $12 million number right here and this 15,000 backers, it's not necessarily people who are saying, I want to support this project and give them money so that it can launch. It's more people saying, look at these tiers, I get product from these tiers, and it's guaranteed in a landscape where it's very hard to get guaranteed anything for card games. And for something like Cyberpunk, an existing IP that has a lot of positive feelings about it, I think that was something very difficult for people to pass up who were interested in TCGs and interested in playing it. The way they structured their tiers was actually really smart. There's different levels that you can buy in on to get different amounts of product. And it kind of ranges from this introductory, like, oh, I just want to check it out with a couple of the pre-cons, see if I even like the game. And that goes all the way down to, maybe I want to buy a box for $169. And by the way, that sounds very expensive, but these beta boxes are 36 packs, I believe, instead of the standard 24. So kind of more similar to Pokemon boxes, which are, I think, around $160 as well. I've seen people call Cyberpunk supremely expensive, because like preem is like a cyberpunk word. And then if you want to get crazy, they have this like $500 tier where you get the precons and also like 3 of the boxes and some dice that come with it. And very important, this right here, the beta box. So the beta box is a really cool and unique backer reward that CDPR and Weirdco have come up with to obviously incentivize people to back the campaign and buy their product. But what it is kind of like a goodie box of things that you get from the campaign. And the more people buy in and back it, the bigger this box gets. So the more you get in this box. And obviously this campaign blew up. I mean, their stretch goal was like, I think something 5 million, I think is what it was originally. It might have been closer to like 6, but like 5 million seems decent, but it's at 12 million now. So they had to just like every day they were doing multiple updates to the stretch goals to say like, okay, we blew past our 5 million stretch goals, so we are going to have to add more. And so like more and more and more have just been added to the beta box. And I actually want to go through and see exactly what has been added, because I haven't seen they have been adding so much to it so quickly that I have not seen all that is in the beta box. So if you scroll down on their campaign, it says, this is like the most funded campaign ever. Here's the pledge tiers. All of us get this very cool Nova Rare Rebecca, which I really, really wanted. But at the time it was only available for the people who pledged like $8,000. And those like very high tiers, like the $8,000 were really meant for game stores who were wanting to like order for the store to like put product in the store. So, I mean, I'm sure that there are individuals that bought it for $8,000. I'm not one of those individuals because I only have 600 followers on YouTube. But if I had like a 6 million, maybe I would have gotten it. And if we scroll a little further, you can come to the one that I backed, which is the Padre's Blessing, this $1,000 one. I know, that sounds like a lot of money. In my defense, it comes with a metal card of Hanako Arasaka, and it looks really cool. I am traumatized by going to a Riftbound event and not getting one of those metal cards from the prize wall, so I thought, okay, I'm gonna get a metal card from this no matter what. I also get like 6 boxes, and I'm gonna split it with my friends, and the beta box, which is important. So if we keep scrolling down, you'll see these like really expensive ones. And then as we keep going down, we get to the stretch goals. Even funnier than I thought. Their first one was 100,000, which was what they needed to get funded. And that was when you got the beta box. They hit that within 5 minutes. I think I said that already. And then I think, yeah, like the highest one they had at the time, I believe was the 5 million. It might have even been 3. I don't remember. But down here at the bottom, we have details about the beta box and what's in it. So we got the beta box unlocked. When we hit 1.5 million, the Atom Smasher Legend Pack was added. So this was added to a pack of cards that contains legends that you can play in the game. And then at 2.5, we got to Alt Cunningham. At 3, really excited about this one, we got the playmat. So this actually came in the alpha kit, and we did an alpha kit unboxing when we got one from Cyberpunk, and it had paper playmats. But this is the neoprene, like real playmat version of it. It has all the zones and like the outlines of everything you need to know about the Cyberpunk game. So I'm really excited about that one. I think that was a great add. All of this we're getting for free in the beta box, by the way. They're just adding this to it because we hit the stretch goals. So at 3.5 and 4.5, we got 2 more legend upgrades. We got Goro Takamura and also Dum Dum. And then at 5, we got another metal card. We got this one added to the beta box. So this is V, female V, and these are Kickstarter. This is a Kickstarter exclusive, by the way. So only coming in the beta box, only if you back the Kickstarter. We hit 5.5 easily. We got Evelyn, 6.5 easy. We got Jackie, 7.5 easy. Hanako, 8.5. That was easy too. Johnny Silverhand. That's a sick addition. I'm excited about that one. At 9, we hit another big milestone. We got card sleeves added to the beta box. So these are like the official Cyberpunk card sleeves, the black on yellow, and then it has it like reversed. And these are Dragon Shield card sleeves. And if you know card games, you know who Dragon Shield is. They're kind of, I might make people upset by saying this, they're kind of gold standard, or maybe you don't think they're gold standard. Maybe you think they're just standard and they shouldn't be. Either way, they're everywhere. If you go to an LGS, they're going to have Dragon Shield card sleeves there. 9.5, we hit that one. We got Saburo Arasaka added to the legend pool. And then at 10, this one was huge and I was really excited about this one. So instead of having all the cards in the legend pack just be random, like you open a pack and you get whatever legend you get from it, they're just adding them to the beta box. So there's no longer a question of like, well, what am I going to get? Am I going to get Dum Dum when I wanted V? Am I going to get Saburo when I wanted Hanako? It's all just there now. And the other addition at 10 million was the Nova Rare Rebecca card. That was the one we kind of saw a little bit while I was scrolling down. Really super excited about that one. And then at 10.5, we got male V Street Kid, and at 11.5, we got female V Street Kid added to the beta box. No longer in like the legend pool of things you can maybe get. It's just in there. And so looking at this, from the time that they have updated this, I think it's actually not up to date right now, because if we go all the way back up, the campaign's at 12.1 right now. So we're actually past that. Let me go see where the next stretch goal beta box update is. Okay, so we got the female V Street Kid. At 12, this is not a beta box upgrade, so it's cool, but we don't care as much because I'm talking about the beta box right now. It's like variants for that on playmat. But at 12.5, which we're very close to hitting, have not hit yet, we get Victor Vector in the beta box. So, I mean, you can see just why this was as successful as it was based on the time we live in today, where it's like, it's just so hard to get TCG product for popular TCGs. I mean, seeing what's happening with like Pokemon and One Piece and Riftbound to an extent, it's almost stressful, especially if you actually play the game, to try to source this product because you don't want to overpay. It's sometimes it's like 2 or 3 times the price on TCG Player, and then you have to feel like I'm supporting scalpers and I don't want to do that. Nobody wants to feel like they're getting screwed over. So the Kickstarter was a way for them to guarantee that they get product in the hands of players, collectors, investors, anybody who wants the cards to have them, not necessarily to resell them, and also for them to gauge interest in the product so they know how much they need to be printing when they reprint set 1 stuff, or when they print the full release stuff, or when they print set 2 stuff. So they're not flooding the market and making their cards worthless, but they're also not underprinting and making it so hard to get that people are just scalping the hell out of these cards. And I think anybody who was thinking about how much money they could make off of Cyberpunk TCG, flipping it, selling it to people because they couldn't get it, is probably very upset seeing this, knowing that it's print on demand, knowing that they're not going to be able to just snatch everything up like they do with Pokemon and then sell it to the highest bidder, and just knowing that the companies behind the Cyberpunk TCG, so Weirdco and CDPR, are aware and really like plugged into the scarcity issue, knowing that they're going to address it step by step, and they're probably not just going to let their product get scalped and kept away from the hands of players. I think any scalper that was trying to make a quick buck on Cyberpunk is seeing that and going, damn, maybe I shouldn't try this here. And I, for one, am really grateful. I didn't want to have to struggle to get this product because I'm definitely going to play. I'm definitely going to go to tournaments. I'm definitely going to play it with my friends, and I'm definitely just going to collect some of it. But knowing I'm going to have it for at least the beta run, and I'm probably not going to have too hard of a time getting it when full release and set 2 come out, it's just great. It's such a weight off my mind. And also the inclusion of this beta box, knowing like I'm also going to have this exclusive stuff that was very generously given to me on top of the backing that I had already done. I'm trying not to glaze Cyberpunk TCG too much. Failing. Trying. I was already really interested in the game, and seeing how they just told scalpers is great. But I have been Steph with Response on Play, giving you this little overview of the beta box and how Cyberpunk really told scalpers to get bent. I just wanted to share that with everybody because I was really excited about it, and sometimes I like to just ramble on and yap and talk about things. And if you want to hear me ramble about more things, subscribe to the channel because I will be rambling about more. And when the game comes out, I'm going to be doing unboxings along with the other members of my team. One of our big things is going to trading card game tournaments, so we're definitely going to be doing that for Cyberpunk. We already have a rundown of the organized play schedule. Probably going to make a video on that, talking about that a little bit more. If you want to hear more about Cyberpunk TCG from us right now, we have an alpha kit unboxing. We got that earlier from Weirdco and CDPR. Very kind of them. We got to open it in advance, look at the cool stuff in there, and then we also played a couple games with it. So we've got a gameplay video that you can check out if you want to see how the game kind of flows with people who had never really picked up the game before. And then we have kind of an overview video where we talk about our opinion of the game, what we think it's going to look like going forward, and just quickly what it is. But thanks for hanging out and listening to me today. I had a great time talking about all of this. Let me know what you think of how the Cyberpunk TCG is handling the scarcity issue with the Kickstarter campaign. Let me know what you think of the beta box. Do you think it's great? What do you want to see added to it? Any other opinions, positive or negative? I want to hear them. And I'll see you guys next time.